Hey guys, and welcome back for my review of KODA KUMI's album Double Face Outside. So again, here's the album, and I've done a full unboxing for Double Face Outside and Inside, and I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it already. So again, it has the paper slipcase with the album inside, well, outside, inside. So as you can see, this one is darker, and Kumi went for a little edgier of a look on this album cover compared to the inside version. And again, this is the Blu-ray edition. This album opens with the title track Double Face, and when I first heard this one, I heard Kumi saying, "Yes, bitch, slay." I was like, oh hell yeah, she's back. So the song has kind of a deceptively simplistic verse, and then has a hard-hitting dance chorus, and I really like how the song switches it up that way. However, I think it would have been stronger if it were just an intro track and not a full-blown 3-minute song. I think also it would have been cool if she did 2 versions of it, and this was the version for Double Face Outside, and then she did more of like emotional sort of stripped down version or acoustic version even for Double Face Inside without the like yes bitch parts in it. The next song is Ultraviolet, which was a single, and it got a music video included on the Blu-ray disc. I do like Kumi's look in the music video pretty well, but it's again your basic sort of dance J-pop video, pretty low budget. There are some backup dancers and some interesting choreography in there, but it's not too memorable again. As far as KODA KUMI dance songs go, I do like this one pretty well. The only thing I dislike about this song is the screaming sound effect in the background that we hear, I think, before every chorus, and that just really gets on my nerves. The next song is Insane, and Kumi was doing pretty well with her English on Double Face Inside, but on this song she does hit us up with a little bit of English. She says let go my brain, but I thought she was saying my way at first, and she also says crown is gonna be on my head, but at first I thought she was saying crap is gonna be on my head. I do really like this part where she says one by one we hit the ground, but overall this is kind of an upbeat dance party song. Kumi kind of does that whining nasal voice on the insane parts, and I can totally understand if someone would find that annoying. It's kind of just before the cusp of being annoying for me. I don't mind it. This song got a video as well, and it's Kumi dancing by herself to this song, and it's totally boring and totally forgettable. Her body looks amazing, but it always does. The next song is Damn Real, and thankfully we return to having a lot more Japanese in the song rather than English. I really love what KODA KUMI is doing with her falsetto in this song. She goes from deep to very high voice. This song doesn't slow down too much though, don't worry, it doesn't go into the territory of being a ballad, even though it is seemingly a little more heartfelt and emotional than the first few songs. We do get a faster paced clap track for the pre-chorus, and then this kind of like dubstep, almost annoying thing comes in for the chorus, but her voice sounds so good that I don't really mind it. Do I think the song would be stronger if there was some different kind of instrumentation for that part of the song? Yes, but overall I do really like this song anyways. Track 5 is Heartless, and I was a little surprised to see this song on Double Face Outside because it is about a heartbreak, and it's a slow, piano-based, really emotional song. Kumi sounds great on this track. She's kind of letting her voice run away from her at times as she builds up through the choruses, but not too much that I would dislike it. She gets really raw with her emotions in this song, and the piano accompaniment really matches it. And it almost sounds like she is actually crying for real on the recording about halfway through the song. It sounds like she's saying closer, closer in English, but in the lyric book it does say closure. So the song might have been a little bit better if it was more so in Japanese rather than with English phrases tacked on at the end of the Japanese phrases. The next song is Baseline, and this is KODA KUMI's baby making song for this album. It is a really sexy, like syrupy song, but her voice does sound amazing. She always sounds great using her lower, huskier voice. And there's a music video for this song as well. I actually do really like the video. It's not really exciting again, but she looks great. Again, there's one thing I don't like about this song, which is the sax in it, I want to say. I'm not totally sure what horn it is, but it's that musical sting that's like it itself is not that bad, but since I've been listening to the song over and over, I've realized that that isn't someone playing along like with the recording. It's one audio sample that they repeated the exact same thing over and over, and you can tell by the very beginning of that sample that the saxophone or whatever like squeaks at the very beginning in the exact same way, and now it just like sticks out to me whenever I listen to the song, and I don't like it. Yeah, so I'm kind of annoyed by that. Not that it's wrong to reuse samples or tracks like that, but because it's such an accent of the song and it's such a sharp noise at the beginning of it that it's just too obvious. That being said, I still really like the song and it's one of my favorites on the album. The next song is Shh. We got this as a single before this album came out. I really like the intro of the song. So Kumi comes into the song with a huge belting yeah, and then she goes, whew, okay. And it's so cute. It's so her. The song is super catchy. Again, it's a quite English heavy. There's not too much Japanese in it. But even then, I don't think the parts in the song where she's saying shh in the choruses, I don't think that really works. I don't know, it just kind of drags for the song, which is weird because that's the whole premise the song is based on, but yeah, that's just my opinion. The next song is Bangarang, and it's quite simple to shh kind of sound and concept. It's pretty catchy, but there's also a horn that's prominent in the instrumentals, just like in bassline. And it's a pretty strong dance song. This album is primarily a dance song, so it's kind of hard to say which one stands out the most as the best dance track. But I do really like how Kumi does her scales again in this song. Yeah, I think she does that really well. The next song is Wicked Girls, and I really love this song. I love the energy it has. Again, it's mostly English with a little Japanese sprinkled in. I do really like how she sings the pre-chorus, I gotta go now, but I didn't know what she was saying in the background after that. And in the lyric book it says the place of friends, which again we know is not really the best English, but that's okay because you can't really understand what she's saying in the song. I was really disappointed in the video for this song. Kumi does have her backup dancers with her, but it's kind of your typical J-pop video where they're dancing on a green screen and there's just kind of like these colorful graphics thrown into it, and it's almost like they have a generator now for those videos, and I just kind of feel like, what is the point? And yeah, I'm not that partial to her look in the video either. She does look very sexy, as she always does. The last song is Cupcake, and I've always had a certain disconnect with this song ever since we first heard it. I believe it was in a live show. It was performed during an encore a long time before this album ever came out. I think it's just like the topic of the song doesn't match the way that she sings, and it doesn't match the instrumentals used in it, and there's just this huge disconnect with it. It's also featuring a rapper named Aklo. I think that's how you say it. I don't know who that is. He does pretty well in the song, but I could kind of take him or leave him on this track. I'd be perfectly fine if it was just KODA KUMI on her own. So yeah, I actually usually skip this song when I'm listening to the album. So that was the whole album. I definitely really prefer this to Double Face Inside, even though there's some songs I really like on Inside, but I just really prefer dance songs over ballads. So if you do also, if you're looking for an album that you can kind of dance to easily or like twerk to, this is the album for you if you don't want to buy both. Considering both the albums are only 10 tracks long, I think Kumi could have easily combined them both into one solid album and still have it be the double face concept, just used an interlude to break up the two themes or something like that. But it's obviously a money grab from Avex, and me being a fan, I of course had to buy them, and I don't regret that at all. I think the albums are beautiful. I still enjoy both. Like I said on my Inside review, that I do get bored of the ballads pretty quick, a lot quicker than I would get bored of the dance songs, and I think if she just combined the two together and cut out some of the kind of duplicate songs, the songs that are too similar, overall would have been a stronger compilation. That concludes my reviews of Double Face. I also did an unboxing of the recently released Double Face live performance Blu-ray fan club edition, so I'll also link that down below if you haven't seen it. I don't think I said my favorite songs on this album, so I think Wicked Girls is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. I also really like Baseline, and I can't really pick a third from the other dance tracks I think are really strong, like Ultraviolet and Bangarang and Shh. It's such an awkward name to say. And overall I think Cupcake is the most forgettable track on the album. So yeah, that was it. Let me know what you thought of this album down below and the two albums together. What did you think? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.